Put your headset on and get ready, because these are the best VR games you can play on the Oculus Quest 2. Top 10 Best Oculus Quest 2 Games. Number 10, Star Wars, Vader Immortal Trilogy. Let's start off this top 10 list with a real gem. All Star Wars fans who've always wanted to wield a lightsaber or use the powers of the Force will finally see how their dreams come true. Let your Jedi skills flow through the 3 episodes of Vader Immortal. Written by David S. Goyer, the same one who wrote Christopher Nolan's Batman trilogy, Terminator Dark Fate, Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance, several Call of Duty games, and more. Therefore, you can be sure that Vader Immortal Trilogy has an excellent story where you play a Force-sensitive smuggler who sneaks into Fortress Vader on Mustafar. And that's where it all starts to get complicated for you. VR controls let you parry lightsaber fire, yank enemies with force pull, and trigger gadgets throughout your adventure. Are you ready, young Padawan?
Oh my God!
Number 9, I Expect You to Die Too. It was developed by Shell Games and is the sequel to the successful video game with the same name that was released in 2019. In this new installment, you'll play a James Bond-style spy with telekinetic powers, who must solve different puzzles to accomplish the mission. Needless to say, these puzzles won't be easy to solve, so sometimes you'll have to do things like unscrew panels or uncork bottles to find hints. Stay alert though. Something that makes this new installment exciting is that it's packed with traps, so snooping carelessly could cost you your life. Are you ready to stop the evil Zoraxis? Throughout the 6 missions of this game, you'll have to unravel his plans to stop him. Just remember that the most important thing is to stay alive. Number 8, Until You Fall. If you're a fan of Dark Souls or God of War, there's no way you'll miss this game. It's a hack and slash game where you take up arms and fight in different dungeons, with neon design and full of enemies. You can choose among a hammer, sword, or axe to start with, but on top of that, you can unlock new skills and new magic spells as you progress. You have to move your arms to attack and fight, and sometimes the game will also tell you to move from where you are to dodge attacks. This is very realistic. Also, there's not only one way to play Until You Fall, as every time you die, the game will restart, and nothing will be the same as before. The enemies in the dungeons will change randomly, and the same will happen with the rewards and power-ups that you'll get as you progress. A Shell Games masterpiece that fans of the genre can't miss for the world. Number 7, Onward. Call of Duty fans, get ready, because this FPS game developed by Downpour Interactive will throw you into the war to experience it firsthand. In Onward, unlike other FPS games, you won't always have a map available, so coordination with your squad and a good strategy will be the key to your victory. The goal of this game is to be as realistic as possible, so one shot can finish it all, and when you run out of ammunition,
Oh God, I need ammo! Oh God!
you'll have to manually change the magazine on your gun to reload.
Nice.
Onward comes with solo, co-op, and even competitive game modes, where you can compete with other players online to climb the ranks. You can join battles with up to 10 players at once. It has a wide variety of maps available and several objective-based modes. Are you ready for this challenge, or will you not bear the tension? Number 6, Pistol Whip. It was developed by Cloudhead Games, and what's amazing about this stunning game is how simple it is. In this action FPS game, the enemies are simple silhouettes, and the settings are also polygonal. You don't need to move in Pistol Whip because your character moves forward automatically. But what you do have to do is stay very alert, as the bullets will come from all directions. So you'd better turn your John Wick mode on and dodge the shots and counterattack quickly. This game has up to 30 action scenes that you can star in, and the frenetic music livens them up to keep the tension going at all times. Apart from the solo mode, it also lets you play in party mode, where you can build leaderboards with your friends. And, as it's been a while since it was released, when you buy the game, you get all the updates totally free. Awesome, isn't it? Number 5, The Walking Dead, Saints and Sinners. Zombies! Who doesn't want to kill zombies in a perfect first-person shooter game? This survival horror game was developed by Skydance Interactive and lets you take down the undead with knives, thrown weapons, bows, and firearms. Very much like Left 4 Dead, every once in a while, some bells will sound, meaning the beginning of a new wave of undead that comes for you. So try to reach your goals as fast as you can. You'll be able to find materials around the map and craft new items and weapons, as well as unlock new recipes to craft more items. The zombies, on the other hand, will come in different varieties. Some of them are quite simple, and others are much more difficult to kill, as they wear helmets and bulletproof vests. You shouldn't only worry about the dead, because in New Orleans, where the plot takes place, there will also be survivors, and not all of them have good intentions. But if you prefer it, you don't have to be good, and you can act ruthlessly, taking anything you want by force. In the zombie apocalypse, no one will judge you.
Oh man, these things are wonderful!
Number 4. Beat Saber. Seems that this game will never go out of style. Beat Saber, despite coming out in 2018, has never stopped starring in the top virtual reality games. Its concept is so simple that it becomes easily addictive. Hear me out. You have to slash colored blocks with laser swords to the rhythm of the music. It's a perfect mix between Star Wars and Guitar Hero, and from time to time, new music packs are released, such as those of Lady Gaga, Billie Eilish, Imagine Dragons, Skrillex, BTS, and more. You can get them for as little as $10 or $15 each. In this way, you'll be able to slash blocks to the rhythm of your favorite artists. One thing that makes this game even better is the large community of fans that it has, who have even created their own levels independently. Although the developers, Beat Games, have questioned that because this means that some players are taking songs from famous artists illegally to put them in the game. Number 3. SuperHot VR. SuperHot's gameplay is just revolutionary. You embody a character in black, in a world where time moves only if you move. Of course, this gives you a certain advantage over your red enemies, but unlike them, you're completely alone and must dodge projectiles, eliminate your attackers one by one, and get weapons to come out alive from the situations this game brings you in. This game was developed by the SuperHot team and offers you a wide repertoire of weapons such as pistols, rifles, swords, knives, shotguns, and more. Despite its simple design, players say it's very immersive. You lose track of reality and get hours of fun. Number 2. Population 1. Let me introduce you to the most immersive battle royale out there. As if it were Fortnite, the game starts when the players drop into a battle from a great height, and that's it. No more similarities. In this colorful world, you join battles in teams that are formed by 3 members. The team that keeps at least 1 member at the end of the game will be the winner. During the game, you'll be able to collect weapons that will help you eliminate your rivals and materials that you can use to build defensive structures. And if one of your teammates gets knocked down, you have some time to bring them around using a defibrillator. Something that you must take into account is that, from time to time, supplies will fall from the sky with weapons or materials. In addition to the regular game mode, called One Squads, it's also possible to play Legions mode, where teams can have up to 6 members, and Deathmatch, where the goal is to reach 30 eliminations per team to win. Before you see the champion of this top 10 list, there are some other games worth mentioning, and these are A Fisherman's Tale, Topgolf with Pro Putt, Real VR Fishing, The Room VR, A Dark Matter, Resident Evil 4 VR. Alright, you ready to know the best game to install on your Oculus Quest 2? Number 1. Half-Life Alyx. This gem gives you different settings, so that you can play it as you prefer. You can play Half-Life Alyx standing, sitting, or walking in your room. You can teleport to avoid walking, or just zoom in the area you want to go to. This is an adventure and science fiction FPS game of the classic Valve game. And while it's not Half-Life 3, it does contribute to the story of the franchise. The events of this game take place between Half-Life 1 and 2, where you control Alyx Vance, who is part of the resistance against the alien invasion of Earth. Apart from having firearms and melee weapons, you can also use gravity gloves that will be very useful for fighting and interacting with the environment. With a score of 93 out of 100 by Metacritic and 10 out of 10 by IGN, Half-Life Alyx has been such an applauded game by critics and gamers that there's no way it wouldn't take the crown of this top 10 list and be, at the moment, the best game for Oculus 2. Do you agree with this list? If you think some other game should be here, mention it in the comments. And while you're doing that, like this video and subscribe. Till next time.